Hello everyone, welcome back to Tenancy Matters in BC. I'm Jaden Hildebrand, a licensed property manager at 88 West Realty.
And hi, this is Shirin Saleh. I'm the owner and managing broker of 88 West Realty. Today we're going to dive into a very important topic which is discussed at Policy Guideline 10. Jaden, could you please walk us through what are the basics discussed in Policy Number 10?
Of course. So essentially it's the rules for when a landlord gives notice to end tenancy for example, a 3-month notice for someone of their family to move in, or a 4-month notice to renovate or demolish the unit or convert it into another.
Now, wait a moment. Was it 4 months? And then what happened? And then you mentioned 3 months.
Well, originally it was 4 months previously, and now they've recently changed it to 3 months. And then the 30-day appeal process for the tenant has now been changed to a 21-day appeal process.
What do you mean by a 30-day appeal?
So they had 30 days to appeal the notice that was given to them, and now it's just 21.
21 days. So I believe that's good news for landlords.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, beautiful. Now, the question that most of the landlords they ask me is, what if they issue a notice to vacate, and in good faith, they want to move into the unit, but something happens to their family, and then we do have a couple of examples, and in real life and true stories, then the tenant disputes. What are the ramifications? What happens? What should the landlord do?
So this policy guideline does specifically talk about extenuating circumstances. For example, if a family member is moving in and they die, or if the city has permits that take a long time to fill out for the renovations. So those are covered. They are quite rare though, but they are covered.
Jaden, based on what you said, that the onus is on landlord to prove the claim is wrong, what would you recommend the landlords to do to prep themselves? Would you recommend them to save documentations as proof, or what is it they have to do?
Absolutely, documentation is key for everything. That's going to be the main point. So if they need to dispute a tenant's dispute, they can show, hey, this person was moving in, or we're waiting for permits for the renovations and everything like that.
Now I'm going to share a true story. I guess it was about 2 or 3 years ago. We used to manage a house, and then we had to serve a notice to the tenant because the landlord's father was planning to move in. But then in the meantime, after the tenant moved out, the father had a heart attack. And then it was so extensive that he had to stay at the hospital for a couple of days. And then once he moved in, he had to stay with the family and required extensive care. So obviously the tenant filed a dispute against the landlord, said that the landlord did not have in good faith, did not move in. So our clients hired a lawyer, and then they provided all the documentation that this was the whole plan, that he would move in, but then because of unfortunate situation, the father was not able to live on his own. So the case was dismissed. As property managers, we always advise the landlords to make sure that if they really want to move in, they serve the notice. If they're not 100% sure, just stop it. If they think that their life plans would change, again, another true story. One of our clients in Iran, he served a notice to the tenant, and then I don't know what, something happened, maybe because of war, something happened in Iran, he could not return to Canada. So, and then he asked us to talk to the tenant and say, okay, we're canceling the notice. Now, the tenant did not agree.
Oh, they didn't agree to it.
No.
Okay, well that actually works out because once that notice is given, and if they want to rescind the notice, both parties would need to agree to it mutually before the lease could continue on with the same tenant.
Yeah, and this was a sad situation. The reason is the tenant had already found a place, and they did not agree to cancel to cancel the notice. And then after a while, they filed a claim against the landlord.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they did. They filed a claim against the landlord. The landlord did not, in good faith, move into the. Obviously, landlord was stuck, and the landlord loss of rental income, and also the landlord had to deal with a dispute. Of course, it was dismissed.
Yeah.
Again, under the extenuating situation that you mentioned, but anyways, so Is there anything else that you would recommend to the tenants or to the landlords?
Just the key takeaways for here would be the landlords to don't issue a 3 or 4 month notice unless you're sure about the reason, because the landlords who don't follow through may owe up to 12 months rent as compensation. And again, just documentation is so important for both sides. Document everything.
Okay, excellent. So, and one more time, the policy has recently changed as of June 18, 2025. Landlords, if you want to move back into your rental unit for your own use, so you have to give only 3 months notice. For not anymore, 4 months is ditched now.
Yes, they've changed it back to, or they've changed it to 3 months from 4 month notice.
Yes. Okay, well, stay tuned for our next policy guideline. Thank you, Jaden, for doing this together with ADOS.
No problem. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll answer any questions you guys have.